Hey, what's up guys? It's your boy Gaines here. Just want to bring you another review. So part of the reason why I do these reviews is because I want to make sure that you as the consumer, as the avid lifter, are going to get your money's worth on certain products that these weightlifting companies sell. So without further ado, today is a review on the Titan Fitness Landmine stand. This bad boy here. 35 pounds, 11 and a half roller here, 18 by 24 footprint, multiple adjustments, all the way down, all the way up. Now this is so that you can use your barbell, place it on top, and do things such as Viking presses, one-arm presses. This is basically taking the whole idea that it's going to be easier for you to load your plates rather than having the bar on the ground in your landmine attachment and having to constantly pick it up, put the plates on. You know how tiresome and annoying that can get. So Titan's answer to that was to create this puppy here. And I'll be doing a review, basically some workouts that you can do with this particular contraption, and is it good or is it bad? And also the right way and the wrong way to use this thing, because at first I was a little confused and it wouldn't work out for me. But I figured it out, so let's get into it. All right guys, so let's backtrack. This used to be me before I purchased the landmine stand. Yeah. This is why I had to go away from this, because it's dangerous. I had to improvise. I used the box as well as the multi-grip bar here and propped up my barbell and went to work with this. And although this is effective, it's not very pretty. Looks like a poverty stand, right? And it got the job done, but I was constantly looking for something better, something that could help me do things, with the easier method. That way I can save some of that energy and use it toward my lifts. And well, let's just say the landmine stand definitely achieves that. So I have the landmine stand with an Olympic barbell on top just to show what it looks like. Now, I positioned it this way intentionally because this is the incorrect way to use this device. Now, I have to warn you, if you set it up like this with Titan opposite of where you'll be standing, then you're going to run into a problem, and I'll show you why. If you notice the lean here, if you load this barbell up with weight, what's going to happen is this thing is going to start to shift down and fall backwards because it's not designed for this. So be sure that the logo lettering is at your feet, or else you can potentially be injured or damage your equipment. So this way is wrong. All right, so let's load some plates on this bad boy. Now, as mentioned, this is incorrect. As you can see, this is only 30 pounds plus the bar, but if I were to load more, it could easily do this number. So let's correct this real quick. All right, now, don't try this at home. I should have took the plates off and then did it with the bar by itself to avoid injury. So do not try this at home. It's not heavy, but you always want to be careful and be sure before you make any movement, or else you could potentially injure yourself or damage your equipment or whatever. So This is what it's supposed to look like. Titan Fitness logo in the back. There's no way this will fall now. Unless you're really careless. Unless you're really careless. And for this particular point, I could have the legs kind of hanging off the side or something, and then it could fall over. But other than that, by itself, it's pretty good. Now, it's not as stable as it should be because this particular bar is all the way at the top, and it kind of makes it a little wobbly, which I don't like. And one other thing is I wish this went a little higher, but if it went a little higher, then that would mean that, of course, it could be more potentially unstable. But for the most part, I haven't had any problems. I've loaded up 200 pounds on this. I do Viking press, I do Z press, I do one arm shoulder raise. There's a lot of different things that I do with this. Like I said, I've had 200 pounds on it. Don't have any problems with it. Now, one thing I do wish they had, maybe they'll do this in a version 2 or something, is I wish it had some kind of wheels on it. If it had wheels on it, you could move it around easier. But without the wheels, I'm having to pick it up and move it here and move it there, or somehow use my foot and the momentum to get it from place to place. Now, it's not a big deal. I mean, obviously we're working out, we're trying to get the gains, but remember, you always want to work smarter and not harder. So, Titan Fitness, if you're listening to this, if you see this, add some wheels on this thing, just like you did with your bench. The little wheels, you know, you can pick it up, move it around, turn it sideways, move it around, and that would be great. Another thing is y'all can make it go a little higher, because I feel like this still isn't high enough. You still got to kind of get under it just to lift it. And although it's not a big deal, but when I got a heavy load on it, that's the main reason why I bought this stand, is because when I have a heavy load on it, I don't want to have to use too much excess energy just to get it in the position where I want. I want to have it there and then get it up and then expend the energy on that particular portion of the lift and not just on the loading portion. So anyways, that's just one of the things that I would wish that they would change or modify in the future. Here you have the correctly positioned landmine stand. As you can see, Titan will be at the feet where you're lifting. Now, there's no way this, as it looks like it could potentially fall backwards, but there's no way. If you have the bar on here correctly, there's no way that this bar is going to fall down unless you somehow let it slide over. But the good thing about these rollers is that, as you can see, there's a slight incline going both directions, so hopefully it will not fall out off, unless you really try to make it fall. All right, so as you can see, I have the Olympic barbell loaded on the landmine stand, and just some of the lifts that you can do where this is beneficial is shoulder press with this Viking press attachment. You could also do Viking press with the Viking press landmine attachment. So if you want to take your landmine lifts to a whole nother level, then this landmine stand is definitely something that can get you to up your gains. So what I like to do here is grab the Olympic bar, put it between my palms, lift straight up. You're going to get a good inner chest workout as well as front deltoid. As you notice, that landmine stand is pretty solid. It's not going anywhere. Now, like I said before, it does have a little play. It's because the landmine stand is all the way at the top. So Titan, make it a little more stable when it's all the way raised up. And this thing would be perfect. But like I said, it's not gonna fall. It's good to go. 35-pound stand. It's pretty solid. The good thing about this landmine stand, at the top, there are some rollers that roll in both directions. One on the far right, one in the middle, and one on the far left. They roll both directions to allow you to be able to adjust the bar up and down if need be. Do you think this is worth your hard-earned money? It was $129.95 the last I looked on Titan Fitness. Sometimes they put a combo together. They'll put this with the linebacker squat. When I purchased it, I actually bought the linebacker squat. However, I don't own that piece of equipment anymore. It was horrible. I had to get rid of it. I sold it. But I did keep the stand because I like the stand. Now, remember, this is 35 pounds. This is also has a roller width of 11.5. And at its lowest, it's 26.5 inches, 29.5 there, 32.5 inches there, 35.5 inches at its peak, at its highest. Now the footprint is 18 by 24, so don't take up much room. I pretty much leave it in this position all the time, just put it in the corner somewhere, and I like it. Now version 2, I'm hoping that they'll come and put some wheels on it, maybe make it a little more sturdier at the top when it's at its highest, as I've mentioned in the other clips. But do you think you'll be purchasing this? Put down in the comments if you think you will or not, and what other exercises could you do that I didn't mention? I'd like to know, because I can get pretty creative with all my exercises, and I didn't show you everything I do, but this thing comes in handy. Like I said, it's not only safe, but it does the job. And you know, quick thing I want to point out is I might own a lot of Titan Fitness equipment, but by no means do I endorse for them or do they pay me for these. I do these because I own a lot of their equipment. Now, I've been building my garage gym for about 2 years, and before I had a garage gym, I went to commercial gyms like 24-hour Fitness, Fitness Connection. So I didn't know a whole lot about the other competitors like Rep Fitness and Alico and Rogue Fitness and, you know, Kabuki Strength. I didn't know about all those. So immediately when I started putting my garage gym together, I started looking for equipment, and I found stuff online through the Facebook marketplaces, through OfferUp, through Craigslist. And some of the stuff that I saw was Titan. So I started looking up Titan Fitness. You know, I did a quick Bing search and found Titan Fitness, and then I started seeing a lot of things that I liked, read the reviews. Before I went to the YouTube reviews, I read the reviews on the site, and everyone was pretty impressed with most of the things. So I started purchasing things, and I started liking them. I didn't have any biased agenda toward Titan at the time. So, you know, some people hate Titan, some people love them. You know, I'm kind of in the middle. I don't really care as long as it gets me the gains, as long as it does what I need it to do. And, you know, just like anything, you can buy things that aren't very good. Just like I said, the linebacker squat was horrible, so I sold it. But other things are really good, and you know, I can't complain. So most of my gym is made up of Titan Fitness. I do have some Fitness Depot equipment in here, and you know, just a couple of other things here and there that I've accumulated over the years. So I want y'all to know that, you know, by any means do I just not, am I gung-ho Titan? Because I'm not. I pretty much gung-ho for anything that gives me the gains. So with that being said, you know, I appreciate you hanging out this far. If you would like this video, if you like any of my other videos, please take a look at them. If you want to follow me on Instagram, where I post more videos, you'll see this in action a lot. My Instagram will be right here. Remember to hit that notification button so you can be notified, and comment and subscribe if you haven't already, all right? I appreciate y'all's time, and keep going, keep growing.